Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear me well. So, this is Dr. Rao. Uh, Got a half an hour break. I thought I would come and talk to some of my friends here. So, here I am. Uh, so, if you don't know me, I'm a physician, had been practicing since 1981 and retired from my clinical practice in 2019. And ever since, I've been CEO and CWO of an online wellness company. It is called BFL. What we do there is we optimize wellness. We promote proactive wellness. We promote wellness of the individual, societies, corporations, and the countries and all that, right? And we coach physicians and nurses that are burned out to help them to come out of that. And we coach IT professionals for the stress that they go through. And we train leaders of the corporations to be a servant leader, you know. And we do conduct a proactive wellness club in the morning for the people who have chronic diseases, who want to maintain their wellness and all that. We also have a club for elderly people who are retired but not institutionalized. They're not in a nursing home. Those kind of people have what's called nurturing elderly wise people, providing them meaningful activities, learning the stuff, and then spending time, quality, that kind of thing, you know. And then we uh, really train yoga training for individuals and also the groups, yoga, breathing, and meditation, so that you are able to handle your job and everything right. I do have classes for entrepreneurs to really empower themselves in this modern condition by learning some of the ancient wisdom tactics, right? And I do offer wellness classes for the corporations where they can give those wellness classes for the employees so the employees can perform optimally and also can have a quality of life. Okay, all that. So excuse me, these are all different activities I have. I do morning routine for all my friends, and also we do a wellness oasis. It starts around 7 o'clock. It goes up to 8 o'clock, the wellness oasis, and then from 8 to 9, I do the morning routine, and from the 9 until afternoon, we usually do some consultations. Like I have one coming up at 3 o'clock. Uh, so I just thought I'll come and spend 20 minutes here, you know. So then after they're all done in the evening, I do come on the social media a little bit and then participate in some of the activities. And basically, it's a spirit of giving back to society, providing service, you know. So especially compared to the illness versus wellness, what I found was all the people coming to our clinic or hospital were illness. Obviously, we had to treat that. But then I'm more interested in not only treating them, but also finding out what are the causes why they have had. Suppose you have an infection, we treat the infection. But suppose you have diabetes, we have to treat the whole thing, your diet, your exercise, your sleep, your mental peace, and all, right? So I'm always interested in improving the quality of people by improving treatment of their illnesses by really making them not to get ill to begin with. That is what I call proactive wellness. We are doing some stuff every day to be proactive. Some of the wellness measures, like we attend to our regular lifestyles. Okay, so that's my passion. That's what I think I should do at this stage of my career. So I do bring in the fusion of modern medicine plus ancient wisdom. Thereby, we get the best of both worlds. Okay. So everybody I touch, everybody I kind of talk to, I do a, they report immense improvement, immense transformation too. So it's not easy to do these things, but with patience, with consideration, a lot of people do them. If only you have to take the time and spend the time with them and explain to them what is what, most of the time people respond very positively. That's my experience. All these years, people come to me in grief because they lost somebody, and those they report really lessening of the sorrow that they've had. People who are depressed, suicidal, want to commit suicide, they come to me and they find new meaning in their life. So different things, different way we kind of look at that, right? Considering what we do with individually, I kind of take group classes to learn how to select what are the foods that we want to eat and how to prepare, how to serve, how to sit down and enjoy. I also customize the functional fitness for people so that they can work from where they are towards the optimal fitness level that they could reach. I help them to improve the quality of sleep. I help them improve uh, the really relationship with their mind. Are they controlled by the mind, or they are controlling the mind? That kind of thing. Okay. So hopefully that gives a brief description of what I am doing. And here I am here just to chat and just to see whether any questions you have. You can come up and talk to me. So I kind of do this spontaneously sometimes because I just use the time as it is available to me. So if I advise ahead of time, more people will be knowing and they will make time to come and talk to me. That's fine too. But sometimes these kind of spontaneous chats are more productive to some people. So that's why I come up. Once you know who I am, who is trying to help you to develop your own inner resilience, inner strength to deal with their life's challenges situation, that will be good. So I spent with entrepreneurs like a 30 days, each day one problem they're encountering, and bringing the perspective of in wisdom of the ancients and the modern wisdom, how we can handle those problems. For example, you have too much information going on into your mind. Then we talk about how uh, ancients talked about calming the mind in the morning and in the evening, and always attending to everything in the present moment. Thereby, you don't have this chattering mind continuing on, right? That kind of thing. So I put all those 30 solutions together and I wrote a book which is to be published now. It's called Secret Strategies. So no particular religion, but uh, lifestyle factors we can change, and then we can have transformation within ourselves here and now. So, I do intend to publish this book so that it could be a reference manual for entrepreneurs to look up as the problems they encounter in regular life, like a financial instability, like procrastinating so many important things, like how do you nurture your employees so that they don't leave you and then leave all your work for you, right? That kind of thing. So I wrote that book. If you have a chance, read that book and use that information that is given in that. Okay. Uh, so different activities I engage myself in, but basically oriented how can I help the planet? That's one, and also how can I help people to be well? These are the two things I do all the time. I kind of teach people about getting up in the morning and doing the morning routine where they exercise, where they breathe, where they keep their mind here and now, and they kind of observe the thoughts as though they are subject, not subject, they're objects. Objects that is outside of you. Thereby, you're not involved in the thought and then get going on so many toxic thoughts and pursuing them, or losing energy or suppressing them. Okay, but handling things as they are, using the thought, not being used by the thought, is important thing, right? So basically, pay attention to whatever you are doing. Don't go and think about something else, and don't do multitasking where your attention span really goes down. Do one thing at a time. When you do one thing, do it completely attentively. Then it will be better for you. Okay. So, these are a lot of people know all my activities, and a lot of people do come and ask me these things. But then whenever I have the time, I also come and talk to you people. But only few people usually come up and talk, and then. It's not anything for me, but it is the opportunity to examine some wisdom from the ancients and then see whether they work for you in your life or not. So it's up to you. Okay, you have better wisdom. You're parting. That's fine. With this, what I found was I am mostly quiet. I am mostly peaceful. I'm mostly available to solve the problems that I have. It shows in how I'm working, how I'm handling my routines, how I enjoy basically. So whatever that comes my way, right? That's a good thing, right? And also I have a lot of energy and better health because I don't waste a lot of my thinking and all that on things that they really do not matter. Basically, I don't allow the thing to go wherever it has to. It has to be under me, and then when I want to use, I kind of use the thought, and then I slip back into my awareness, which is thoughtless state, which is invigorating, which is quiet and peaceful and joyful too. So, hi Peter, and so Peter may be working sometimes, but he does come. He's a true friend of mine, and we enjoy talks together. I give him tidbits a little bit, and it's not overwhelming him. It's kind of slightly, nicely guiding towards the what he's already doing. Validating that sometimes, and then not approving or anything like that, but it's more like being a friend and nudging along sometimes, and then appreciating along, and really beautiful friendships, right? I mean, I made friends like that. Janet is another one. Mabel is another one. So many in the morning. The Martin is another one. So many people are there. I've been here for so long, and many people have to open up and explore these things with me. Then they will see the depth of understanding from the ancients. How is it relevant in this information age? Because they worked a lot on our mind and related aspects of it, our emotions, our consciousness, and how to be really distant from the body and the mind, and thereby taking care of them better. Okay, uh, suffering also is for the mind, but not for your inner self. Once you can identify that kind of separation and be abide in your real inner self, you are peaceful. You are peace. You are joyful. You are joy. You are happiness itself. Okay, so that kind of understanding came for them because they had a very simple life outwardly. They didn't complicate having so many things like we do, or have to work for them like we do, like being the rat race that we are, But they are not like that. They are out of that. They're kind of away from the worldly things, but then uh, really sat in the meditative awareness and got into a lot of truths about life, existential issues, and those we can use. That's my argument. Hi, Cecilia. Welcome.
Hey, Brad, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Listening in, and I don't join you often, but I do listen in often. There just comes a point where you don't have a lot of questions. You don't have a lot to say. You just
Yeah.
take it in and implement.
Yeah. Yeah. This is more like everybody has to investigate for themselves, Cecilia. That's why
Yeah.
I invite people not to accept whatever I say, but to
Right.
take inspiration and then engage your own spiritual quest. Okay, whatever you are doing, right?
Absolutely.
And then out of that quest, you will have insights coming on your own. Then you are not
Yeah.
following somebody, you are following the truth that you discovered. You see?
Yes.
That's why I invite people to engage in deeper questioning, deeper. I think I do take them deeper. That's for sure, because I do go deeper. Not in the sense of some I'm lost or lonely or anything. I enjoy that exploration and that kind of understanding cemented in me that way. You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
and I enjoy listening to you. I enjoy listening to others. I enjoy
yeah.
reading and stuff. But I really enjoy sitting alone and
Mm.
uh, really,
That's it.
like,
Sitting
yeah,
alone and going into ourselves and then finding beautiful things, that is it. That is
yeah,
the meditative awareness I'm talking about.
yeah. And I think, like I always say, like that. When you go outside with like so much joy and gratitude in your heart, you are like creating
Yeah. Mm.
so like I just walk outside and I do the things that I do and I'm like, wow, what a fantastic day. I just created.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I come on there. I was with Doris a couple of hours ago. She was talking
Mhm.
about comfort food and all that. See, the whole theory about the comfort on food is wrong. If you are discomfort by something happening within you, like a sadness, like a anger, or whatever, usually kids are like that. Moms give them cookies. That's the,
Mhm.
we all know that is the one that breeds that kind of addiction to food and all that. And
For
then
sure.
that becomes a crutch. Instead of facing what is difficult and solving it, we look for comfort food. That is where the comfort food does damage, because you are eating too much or you eating snacking too much and all that. This is very
Mhm.
common. I see in my patients also. They have become obese. They become so. Usually, you trace it back. That is usually they are always replacing food for the discomfort that they are having for something else. So
Yeah.
I retrain them. I tell them, face what is you have to fix. Use all your energy to that, but don't escape into some food and all that, and then that becomes a problem. They get it. Usually, yeah, that is true. I get to face what it is in front of me, and instead of getting more food and then being comfortable like that. Because obesity is very common, we used to see 10 years on, people used to come, they are really obese because of this habit of overeating and eating all the time, and also not having that much of physical exercise. I mean, people are getting on the bandwagon, getting well and all that, but the psychological problems, inward unhappiness, those things the ancients addressed better. They are the inner sciences, I call them. And then having them understanding, I don't have psychological problems. I may have outward professional, economic, and all those problems, but not loneliness, anxiety, depression, those kind of things. I don't have it. I'm always grateful for what I have. I come.
Oh, and
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Someone told me today that they're not at their optimal
yeah,
place, and I'm like, well, the optimal place always is right now,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
No, no,
right now.
whatever
Like
you have is
you got what
optimal.
you have.
Yeah, whatever you have optimal, if you only realize that, that becomes more and more. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
this moment is optimal, and
Your
it
show
always
does
is.
that, Cecilia. You do bring out what is good or positive happened to them, and they recall, and then they kind of rebuild on abundance that they already have. It may be small,
Right.
but still abundant, right? So you
Yeah.
come not with the lack of I don't have or the lack, but more okay, I have. This is the abundant thing I want to appreciate, right? So I mean that kind of drawing attention to what is abundant in our life builds our image, builds our confidence, and makes us feel good, and also better neurohormones secreted, right? And then they
Yeah.
make you feel good, and then you come and do that. Yeah,
Right. Absolutely. And yeah, we could always complain about the things that we don't have, but really sit and take a look of like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
these are the
Actually, I come to the basic where I say, I'm a human being. I'm thankful for that. Because I'm a
that's
human
right.
being, I have this intelligence to turn inward and find out who really I am.
Yeah, amazing, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
and then that itself
Abundant
is
air.
abundant. Yeah, that,
You're alive and you're breathing this air completely
yeah.
abundant. Yeah, it's
That is
amazing. Natural
true. So
flavor.
many people die every day, right? So many people pass away, So we should celebrate the life we have. Yeah,
Yeah. Right. And this morning I walked. I saw this
mm.
gentleman. Well, I didn't know who it was, but there was balloons outside of a door, and it said 94. And
Mm.
I needed to know who that was and wish them a happy birthday. And I'm so glad, because I think we get into our heads a lot about
Yeah,
the separation of human beings, but like
yeah,
we're not. He was so grateful that I knocked on his door, that I wished
exactly.
him a happy birthday. And I think we got to this place of like we need to,
Yeah,
fear each other
yeah.
instead of celebrate each other,
You
and
know,
all of that.
Cecilia, what you said, the oneness of all human tribe, that's very important to realize because
Yeah,
that is the ancient talked about ekta. Ekta means oneness. Oneness of
yeah,
all living beings, they said, but at least a human tribe. If you realize we all have the same life flowing through all of us, then we are all
hmm,
one at that level. We may have different bodies, different mind, different thoughts, and all that. But at the life force level, at the being level, we are all one. You know,
yeah,
Sanskrit actually it says bodh mein ekta. Bodh is awareness, that life force. That is in that we are all one.
hmm, yeah,
And
yeah.
realizing that feeling manifested in our life, then you don't have any loneliness. Everybody is you, and you are everybody.
Yeah, beautiful, right?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people have this separation established, like I'm an individual, I'm separate. That's why they suffer that loneliness.
Hmm.
It's a big deal,
Yeah,
big deal. Being alone, being aware of all of us in oneness, that is one thing. But thinking I'm an independent person, I'm unique and all that, and then being cut off from everybody is that loneliness.
yeah. And somebody just told me today that I'm amazing. I'm like, well, I'm no different from anybody else, right? We're all
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah. The
All the same.
whole thing is amazing.
That's right. Absolutely. Every single thing I've been saying so much lately that
Yeah,
there's nothing ordinary. There are no simple things. There's
yeah,
nothing ordinary. Like this is all miraculous. This is amazing that
exactly,
everything that's happening. And
exactly.
I walk around with more and more gratitude
Yeah,
every day. And
everything
I'm
is
so grateful.
happening. That itself is amazing. Exactly.
Yeah. Every
Yeah,
single thing, every little. I mean, look, even I'm looking at your picture here, talking to you on this like phone. Like, imagine, think about all the things that had to happen for this to be able to
yeah,
occur right now.
yeah, yeah.
Like, whoa,
I
it's
have not seen
miraculous,
this in the beginning when I came to this country in 81. There was nothing like an internet. We had to call India. For 3 minutes, Cecilia, they used to take $150. That too, it is
right?
to cut off in the middle.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so horrible. I want to talk to my mom, so I book a call. I book a call this afternoon. It may come in late in the night. And when it comes, I want to talk to her eagerly and cut off in the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So
we really have advanced in our
yeah,
life
now communication every day. I talk to my sister very easily.
on video.
Yeah, on
You
video
can
and
see our
also
face,
no price, no money as also. It's the same thing. So the WhatsApp,
right?
I don't have to pay anything. So that's a kind of. I tell my wife about my days in Chicago when we had an apartment. Right, I was staying in an apartment. We had to park the car in the out there, like they have compound. We park it there, but then all the snow so much coming on them, and we didn't have the garage or anything like that, so we had tremendous problems with that snow and everything.
Thanks, Dr. I'm going to continue listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's more like that kind of thing happened. Now it is so much. I've been living in this house since '97. So many winter storms came, but then we are protected by the garage. We kind of get in the garage and go and then do the hospital thing, and they come back and go into the garage and say, because we suffered so much, I know what it is to be in the garage and in the house and all that. Yeah, it's a kind of perception. It's kind of attitude, right? It's a kind of perspective, So if you remember how lucky we are, how lucky we have the health we have, how lucky we have the facilities that we have, is like counting the blessings or which is there in the culture. People want you to count the blessings, but then there are so many forces always telling you you need that, you need this to be happy. No, you are happiness itself. That is one revelation that I have is from the ancient wisdom exploration is they showed you the happiness is actually within you. Your happiness reflects in the pleasure that you get on things. But actually, outward things don't have to need. You just have to go inward and find out that Allah of happiness, that never ceasing happiness that will come out, right? So it's a question of understanding the mind and going beyond the mind. It's a big exercise, I know, but then what is modern culture does is it allows the outward thoughts to go and form a network, and then we get caught up in the network that we built ourselves. So think appropriately, think pointedly, but be in that silent awareness all the time, and learn to stop the thought after its purpose is done. That is the daily exercise that you want to do. To be like that, get up in the morning, be aware of the present moment or what is happening, and staying there, do your work using the thought. But then after work, don't accumulate data in your mind, maybe the insight. Learn it, and after that, dump all that information. Then your mind will be lighter, and when you go to bed, you sleep much better. Okay. So I will thank you, Cecilia. It's nice talking to you. And it's almost time for my other meeting. Uh, thank you all. And I'll be seeing you again as my time permits. Thank you. Bye bye.